Born. Hello to the friends. Welcome back to the squeezy living room. That at any moment in time, the giant dog may come in, or the people, or the things, because that's real. That's how practice really looks. Yes, we will all arrive to the greatest of Siddhis because of all of the challenge. Oh, goodness gracious. I knew coming down to the floor was going to be a good idea, but it was also a little revealing. Hello, upper thoracic spine. So it's winter. It's doing wintry things. It could be cold rain where you are. It could be snow, ice. It could be unseasonable warmth. It could be what we just had, which is polar plunge, followed by some more moderate weather where everybody rushes to wash their car because it's like super gross. So it's kind of like, where are you? Let's just situate our bodies, ourselves in the cosmos. We know we got a new moon coming up tomorrow, and there are just all sorts of things moving and happening. And we are in the deep of winter. We're about to come up on Imbolc. We're about to come to the cusping point between the winter solstice and the spring equinox. So we're going to feel that promise of spring spark, a little bit of little fire, meaning solar energy gaining, increasing. So let's just like practice with that intention of the body adjusting into the present moment. That we are hurtling through space on a rock with water, and there's constant change. How would you like to feel inside of that constant change? Would you like to feel fluid? Would you like to feel grounded? Would you like to feel airy and floaty? Would you like to feel fiery focus? Little bits of both, all of the above. We're here laying on our backs, breathing into the belly. And you're seeing how that feels as the belly expands. And with each exhale, the belly relaxes. What does it feel like to breathe into the belly? Would you want to bring your hands there just to give a little connection, the weight and heat of the hands bringing the mind there? Hmm. Can you feel how the sides of the belly move with each breath? And we breathe into the back body. And we breathe into the whole of the pelvis. A little microcosm within the macrocosm of the body, residing in the pelvic bowl. Shift that breath to the chest region, maybe hands as well. Feel the ribs move, the chest falls up and down. As we're breathing, we might even just glance in at the flow of thoughts in the mind. Just not even the content or the subject matter, the speed. Just notice at the start of our practice, often the mind is just going, going, going. And we can say, hey, mind, look at this breath in the chest. Isn't that fascinating? How the ribs move and the spaces in between, how the breath moves into the back body and reaches into the floor and into the earth. Breathe into the earth. Shift the hands a little higher just to help bring the mind to the shoulder thoracic region. Breathe up here, front and back. Breathe under the armpits. Just letting it slow down a little, allowing this body to come into view so that we can actually be present with this practice. Maybe knees are still bent and we take a stretch of the arms overhead. Ooh, like a big stretch through the body. Bring the arms out to the side. Let the feet be a little wider as we zigzag twist. Inhaling in the center. Exhale and twist. And just see what it feels like to turn the head in the opposite direction. Inhaling in the center, exhale and twist. Inhale to the center, exhale and twist. How about one more time to each side, the super slow, easy twist. And breathing in and exhale. We're back in the center, and maybe just using the like soft, just kind of knocking around the hips, and then just using the palm of the hand and kind of stretching the front part of the hip away, a little gentle listening, opening up hip flexors, front part of hips. Bringing the right foot just above the left knee with arms out to the side. Breathe in and exhale, a deeper stretch for the front part of that hip. Let the right knee fall towards the floor, a little traction stretch. Not even tap a little on the glute back here. Lower back. We're back to center. And switching sides. Breathing in. And sometimes we even need like a little rocking as that knee goes to the outside. That external rotation. I'm kind of still pulsing a little with the front part of the hip, and I'm using my thumb to just get in that crease. No, then I'm ready. Breathe in. Exhale. Tap a little back here. Coming back to center. Stretch both legs. Have a big stretch through the whole body. Tapping my legs on the floor, which feels good for my calves and knees. So gentle tapotment helps us get fluid moving in fluid filled spaces. Just like when we wiggle jiggle, just like when we tap and slap. Bending knees, playing a little from Sattvabandhasana, bridge pose. So feet are in line with the hips. Lifting hips towards ceiling. Exhaling, lowering down. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, lowering down. Breathing in. Breathing out. Feel that kind of wavy movement of the spine. Hips lift upwards. Exhale, everything lowers downward. Sometimes I do a little booty jiggle at the bottom, just kind of releasing around the tailbone, sacrum. Let's bring this into a little womb yoga. So we're going to make simple Yoni Nidra, triangle, and bring that onto the lower abdomen. Couple of breaths just to connect. Connect that sacred geometry with the womb space. It's the fire triangle. And there's little fire sparks in the ovary spaces in the body. Now we inhale, lift pelvis, lift arms. Look through the triangle, arms overhead. Exhale, look to the triangle, lower back down. There's a little drishti here, a little gaze. Inhale. Exhale. Let's do two more. Breathing in. Remember that good glute work we did last week? You can say hello to the glutes. Last one here. And we rest back with simple Yoni Mudra. And one more time, zigzag twist. From here, we're going to extend the legs, Pavanmuktanasana, just knee to chest. Right leg comes in, the flexible feet. Breathing into low back. Inhale, stretch out and down. Switch sides, left leg. And draw the knee in towards the chest, flexible feet. Next inhale, we stretch it out and down. Make some windshield wipers. Stretching again. This is a twist variation. It's a dynamic twist. We're going to cross one leg over the other with arms out to the sides. And about 5 times to each side. Doesn't matter which leg because we're going to do both. And we inhale in the center and we exhale to the side. And feel free to turn your head in the opposite direction. This twisting series, this low back series brings about, like, we're really working in the pelvic bowl right now. Moving that anatomy, juicing and nourishing. Hoping to release some of these glutes. So feel free, don't overextend in the twist. Just let the twist be enough. One more time to each side. We're going to bring it back to the center. And we are switching orientation of the legs. And yeah, we might notice differences on the two sides. Inhale. Inhale. And exhale. We're going to do one more to each side. And back to the center. And again, Pavamuttanasana. Draw the right knee in towards the chest. Hold for a few breaths. And so we're just like getting so juiced in that low back sacrum, the SI joint, activating large intestine, colon. Right, this is key. I mean, year round, but wintertime practice, that tightness in the low back, just how things like shrink up. We're trying to get long and tall. We want that extra centimeter or two after this practice. Decompressing the sacrum. We're going to come back to that little traction rotation we did. So let the right knee come to the outside. If there's still a little bit of massagey, bouncy that feels good, think of that as range of motion coming to the outside, letting there be this release at the bottom, a stretch attraction. Breathe into the front part of the hip. TFL, quad attachments, inguinal crease, breathe all in there. Back to center. To the other side. Yeah, we need a little massaging first. Just trying to get some pliability, some bounciness in these attachment sites. Inhale and so these are all movements that we have done a lot of in this space. We're just playing with them, different orders, repetition. And we bring it back. We are going to align ourselves onto a side for modified hand to toe pose and maybe a couple other things. So we want to be straight up and down on a side, not bent. And top arm comes on top. Take a moment to let yourself melt into the floor. Feel this whole surface area of the body connecting. Grounding. Breathing into the earth. This is a beautiful hip opener, modified hand to toe pose. So you're going to raise arm and leg towards one another. And there might be a slight external rotation of the hip at the top that would allow you to reach for the toes. And then like lengthen, make yourself so long. Sometimes I even tuck that leg behind my bottom foot just to really get as much length as I can on the side. And then I inhale, hand towards toe. So there's this part where you could just fall back, right? So that's why we're grounded on the side. And then we exhale down. And we're taking the time to really lengthen in between each one. Enjoy that lengthening. And now, right, if we're touching the toes, we could reach the top of the foot. We could reach 2 fingers around the big toe for the hand to toe part. Couple more. Enjoy that lengthening in between. Play around in there. It's also possible to bend and reach. We're holding here. A little balance element. Coming down slowly. Enjoying lengthening. One more movement from here. So this, if we would give this a name, this would be half side bow. Side bow would be coming into bow pose, Dhanurasana, and then you rock to the side, but just saying. So if we have to give it a name, there's a name. What we're going to do is bend this knee, grab the top of the foot. We want the knee to be in line with the hip. This first phase is us pushing that foot into the hand, letting the heart come forward, chest come forward. Feel free to open up the front part of the neck. Oh. Enjoy a little release from the low back. Stretch in the front part of the hip. Now, this is a dynamic variation of this pose where we draw the knee in towards the chest and then bring the leg back and stretch. And draw the knee in towards the chest and move the leg back and stretch. Keep going. Reaching in from a deep and old vault of yoga therapy movements for the low back, for sciatica, low back pain. Oh, one more. And we find ourselves on the other side. So you could simply just flip over, or you might do a 180. And remember to take your time settling on the floor, surface area. So we've got one arm stacked over the other and just melt. Just melt. So it's kind of nice to just not be in a rush to get somewhere in the pose. It's really powerful to let the surface area here come alive, activating peripheral nervous system. Let's do it from here, inhaling. Hand to toe pose. You may discover some really big differences on two sides. Like one side's way easier to balance. And I'm just enjoying the spaces in between the stretching and lengthening. Oh. Really taking time here. Inhale when you do come up. Like doing 8 or 10 of these. That's awesome. Really good strength work. Hip opening, abdominal strengthening. Inhale. On the next one, let's hold. Oh, and breathe. Just get into some deep places in those hamstrings. Slowly releasing. And another nice lengthening stretch in there. We started playing with half side bow. There's just a static stretch. Pushing the foot into the hand. Ooh. Could be some opening through the front part of the neck. We turn this into dynamic stretch. So there's knee to chest, and there's back into the back bend, and knee to chest, and back bend. Less coordinated on this side. One more. And releasing, here we are turning onto the belly. First, just letting surface area melt here. Adva Asana, reversed corpse pose. We're doing something today also in our yoga practice where we're alternating like symmetry and asymmetry. So one-sided poses and then poses where we are symmetrical on two sides. Baby cobra, hands by sides of chest. Pushing into the floor, lifting up. Rolling the shoulders, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Moving the shoulders away from the ears. We inhale, exhale all the way down. Take a resting breath. Again, inhale. Exhale. We're also giving just as much emphasis to the pose as the rest in between. That's the therapeutic sauce right there. Inhale up and hold. And let's come into the symmetry of Sphinx pose. Elbows under the shoulders, lifting up. If that feels good, if it's too much, come back to baby cobra. Couple more breaths. Nice breath in. Exhaling down. Adva Asana, reverse corpse pose. Breathe into every spinal vertebra while you're here. Fluff between the vertebra. Let's hold for a few breaths. Feel those vertebra fluffing. Taking a couple more breaths here. Just being able to identify anatomy, breathe to it, fluff. You are doing something. Chi is flowing, blood is flowing, nutrient fluids are flowing. Kinetic chains are readjusting, right? We do asana, we make shapes with the body to stimulate and move the joints, get things moving. We do the rest in between for the body to integrate. The mind still needs to be in there, breathing, focusing. All right, let's take this into child's pose. You might use your hands to push yourself up. You might use your elbows. Take your time. That might feel a little creaky. Might do a couple of stretches with my toes tucked under. That just feels like a thing right now. Child's pose. Toes are untucked. Arms extend forward. Head towards the floor. Playing with the child's pose. Rolling, walking the fingertips forward. Walking both fingertips to the right side. Big breath into the left. Walk the fingertips over to the left side. Breathe into the right. Slowly making your way up. We made it to a seated position. I'm gonna just grab a little pillow to sit on. Legs extended out in front, make a few windshield wipers. Let's fold the legs into easy pose. And a few of the classic joint movements for the upper body. Let's start at shoulders. So I've been really creaky up here. So I want to take a few minutes to do a thorough release of the shoulders, elbows, wrists. Let's go opposite direction. We've done all that great twisting, right? So rotation, right and left. And we did side body stretching. So we got some of that lateral flexion going as well. Sides of the neck stretch. Go back the first direction. And again, switch. Gentle smile on the face helps too. Release the facial muscles, jaw muscles. Shake it up. Let's do this now. Elbow circles with the fingers resting on the shoulders. And the opposite direction, inhale. And back to center. Elbow circles. We make a fist with the thumb on the inside. We rotate and give a little gentle shake on the way out. And switch. Doesn't even need to have the shake. Could just be flowing movement. Go back the first direction. And switch again. Shrug the shoulders. You got the arm. A little bit of neck movement. Inhale, chin backwards and forwards. And let's go right and left. Let's go ear to shoulder. Tuck the chin, roll up to the shoulder, down to the middle, over to the opposite shoulder. That's your inhale, exhale, inhale. Back to center. Right, and just tap, tap, tap across the collarbones. Right, there's a lot of lymph nodes under here. And in this cold, damp stagnation of winter, I've been seeing a lot in the sciatic neck. A lot of stagnation starting from here at the collarbones. Now go on the other side of the collarbone, like I was first below and I'm kind of above. And tap in and down. And just kind of tap along like sides of the neck, SCM, that big thick muscle in the front part of the neck, and along below the jawline. Like, hello, lymph. Really, lymph likes these kind of like flowy movements, but gentle tapping is fine. Tap along the chin and the jawline. Or tap the TMJ, strong muscles and joint there. Over here, tap the forehead, just above the eyebrows. Oh, tap the hairline, tap the top of the head, tap the back of the head at the occiput. Yeah, like seriously, we need all the help we can get. Okay, we're making our way down, two fingers, wrists, hands. So make a fist with the thumb on side, squeeze the thumb and stretch. That'll be inside, not outside. I have not been doing good upper body care as I've been doing a lot of body work and not and paying the price. Like you have to do your maintenance stuff to keep your instrument moving. So add winter and cold. Make a fist with the thumb on the inside and a gentle movement of the wrists up and down. Now circles. Opposite direction. This is like a click fest right now. Shake it out. Whatever that shake feels good. Soft shake, gentle shake, dynamic shake. Flat palm up and down. So we want the arms straight out from the shoulders, nice and relaxed. Openness, ear to shoulders. Oh, shake it out, interlace, and just do some gentle wiggle, opposite direction wiggle. And a couple of classic stretches. One arm comes across, and we stretch through the shoulder. I need to make these an everyday thing for like the next month. Classic shoulder stretch. Classic tricep stretch. One arm comes overhead, and I give a little stretch to the underarm. Could also include a little side bend. Breathe into that. Switch, classic tricep stretch. Could be a little gentle side bend. Back to center. We're doing eagle pose arms. So arms come in front, cross at the elbow. So it could just be one level, or we might get that extra little twist at the wrists. Sometimes I like to play around, but there's not really any range to play today. Breathing. Try those eagle pose arms the opposite direction. Then is Gomukhasana arms, just like the bottom arm part. So we're going to bring the arm behind. Sometimes you can even like pull your fingertips, help them across. So that might be step one, is just coming across. And then the second step is sliding the back of the palm towards the midline of the back. And breathing. The rest of Gomukhasana arms includes the upper arm coming over and possibly the two hands meeting. But I'm really just interested in this underarm bit here. And then unwind that to the best of your ability. Try the other one. So sometimes I'll just concentrate on first the hand coming around the crease of the waist and then up towards the midline. You can even give it a little nudge sometimes. Play around with the chest coming forward. Big breath in. Slowly releasing. Couple shoulder circles. See if anything's feeling different in there. We're going to finish up with a seated twist. Breathe in the center. Choke on your spit. Exhale. Backhand pushes the chest forward. Turning towards the space behind you. Big breath in. Exhale in now. Big breath in the pose. We're to the center. And here we are at the end of this delicious therapeutic practice. Hopefully a couple of things feeling a little bit warmer, juicier than when we started. We're doing our best. That's what we have to offer. The best each time. Coming into the present moment. Also take note the flow of thoughts has most likely slowed down. We are in these bodies ready for whatever comes next in the day. I might even see you later for a little moon circle. Thank you. We'll see you soon.